Hi everyone, it's Holly King, and we are back with the Emblem Knight's final draft. We are on chapter 24. We're well on our way to finishing it because this is the final part. We're on part 3, time to end the war. And we're just about to get to the really good stuff. um, anyway, let's get started and get this show on the road. We're on chapter 24, training. Jack and Ray decided that it would be best if they all trained and waited for the day that Michelle was ready to travel after she gave birth. It was too dangerous to leave the woman behind, and they couldn't risk it being born while on the road, so the waiting period started. "Hey, Tiger, how goes the sword fighting?" Yuki asked Jack. She kept his nickname, and it was pretty obvious that she had interest in him. Roy, of course, was oblivious and didn't much like his nickname. It was supposed to be Roy. I guess I made a mistake. "Get a room, you two!" Alice taunted them. The two girls were obviously really close, and they had welcomed Yuri into their bubble with open arms. Yuri giggled at the girl's remark. "Ah, shut up, all of you." Roy's sword fell to the ground, and he hung his head, dragging his sword behind him as he walked away. The three girls laughed once more as he disappeared. "You should just tell him how you feel. You've been pestering him for a month now," Alice suggested to her friend, wiping sweat from her face. "But teasing him is so much more fun," Yuki said with a smirk on her face. "Hey, Mike," Yuri called, running after the man who had pulled a dirt dagger on her all those months ago. "Are we training together again today?" "Not today," Mike said. "I have to go sit in on a meeting with Jack and Ray." Yuri frowned. "Okay." Mike was her favorite person to train with. Since he could actually create weapons with his ability, it was like having a real fight with him when they trained together, instead of her just getting hit with other people's abilities. "Gold and silver are free, though," Mike suggested, patting Yuri on the back. Gold had the power of over ice, and silver turned things into gold. They were still pretty good abilities, all things considered, but Gold hated using his ability, so it was difficult to get him to fight with her, and Silver just liked to try and turn her into gold. So getting the two of them to cooperate with her was difficult. "I guess it's better than nothing," Yuri grumbled. "That's the spirit," Mike said, walking away. "Wait!" Our girl approached Yuri, stomping quickly over to her. "I challenge you to an ability battle." Yuri rolled her eyes. He had the same powers as she did, but he always wanted to see if he could do better than her. "Argol, when are you going to drop this?" Yuri asked him with a sigh. "Hey, Argol, I need your help over here if you don't mind." Alec was the last of Jack's men. He had the ability to bring things back to life. He was also extremely shy. Yuri mouthed a thank you to Alec before he blushed and nodded, leading the way away from her. She then headed in the direction of the watering hole, where most of the guys were probably hanging out after their session of training. But before she got too far, someone grabbed her from one of the crevices in the rock wall. Well, look at what I caught wandering around on their own," Alex said to her. The crevice was small, so the two were pressed together. "Smooth as always," Yuri said to him, trying to pull away from him. "Why do you do this to me?" "I just wanted some time alone with my favorite girl," Alex said. He rubbed his nose with hers before letting her go. He winked at her and then walked away. "I wish you would stop making fun of me," she murmured to herself. "Oh, look who it is!" Murphy was coming back from the watering hole. "How are you doing, princess?" "Just passing by. Your buddy just went that way," Yuri said to him while pointing in the direction Alex had just wandered off to. "Do you mind going to save Daisuke?" Murphy asked her. "You should just tell her he's not interested already," Yuri said, rolling her eyes. "Just go. She always runs away from you," Murphy said, leaving her. Yuri shook her head, but kept going in the direction of the watering hole. "Come on, Joey. We need to get some more work done before the sun goes down." John wasn't watching where he was going and ran into Yuri. "Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri." Yuri smiled at him. "It's all good, John. I know you guys have been working really hard," she said with a smile. Joey walked over to her, hugging his sister. She ruffled his hair with a warm smile on her face. "Just don't work him too hard, okay?" "Don't worry, I won't," John said as he took Joey with him. I said, "Look, oops." Yuri found herself in the clearing with the small pond that was created by the tiny waterfall that trickled down through the roof of the rocks formed over top of it. There was still plenty of natural light that made the water sparkle. Gold and silver were splashing around in the water while Maddie sat at the water's edge, stirring it absently with a stick in her hand. Michelle was jabbering away at Daisuke, who was sitting there with a sullen look on his face. Roy was over in the sun, soaking in the rays. "Hey, Maddie. I was just thinking that it would be nice for the girls to get together and talk. What do you think?" Yuri asked the girl. Maddie looked up at her and nodded with a timid smile on her face. "Go find Alice and Yuki. I'll bring Michelle." Maddie nodded and ran off to go find the other two girls. "So I just don't know what that weird feeling in my stomach is. Am I going crazy?" Michelle was asking Daisuke as Yuri approached. He looked horrified at the conversation. His face was white and he made no sound. "Hey, Yuri said, already knowing the reaction she was going to get. The girls wanted to spend some time together folding laundry. I thought I would invite you. Whatever, Michelle said, standing up and heading over to where the laundry was drying. Thank you, Daisuke said with a sigh. Don't thank me, Yuri said to him, pointing at him with a threatening finger. You need to tell her you're not interested, or you will keep dragging her along, and I'm tired of being the bad guy who always has to rescue you. Yes, ma'am, Daisuke said, hanging his head. And that is the end of chapter 24. And now we are in chapter 25, Girl Talk. That was better. Not perfect, but better. But yeah, that's the end of chapter 24. We went pretty fast. If you're interested, if you liked this video, please leave a like. If you know someone who would be interested in this kind of content, please share it. I will be uploading this not as frequently, but it'll happen on a Friday of some sorts. I'm only going to upload my non-gaming channel every Friday if you haven't seen the video. So if you like this, it might take some time to come out, because I am focusing more on my gaming channel these days because it's starting to grow a little bit more, so I'd like to focus on it and get it elevated. But if you do want more, please subscribe. Like I said, we're only doing a video a week on this channel, so it might take a little bit. But, you know, if you like Hunger Games, that's coming out too. And if you like movie reviews, those will be coming out a little less, but, you know, still. But yeah. Anyway, hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye.